Ooh, yes, sir. Welcome to Man Domain, the place where we work in our body and our mind to become better men. My brothers, everything that happens in the outside, every single thing that happens in the outside gets processed in the mind. What we hear gets processed in the mind, what we see gets processed in the mind, what we smell, what we touch. It seems like this was only created for us to be able to relate to the environment. Of course, that's not the entire purpose of it, but it seems like, because that's what we mostly use it for, relating to what's outside, following our dreams, our goal, our purpose. So it's really important that we do not undervalue working in our mind. That's why I want to talk about meditation, because meditation can allow you to have a safe distance from your emotions so that you are not attached to your emotions and they do not interfere every time with every single thing that you have to do. And it allows you to easily guide your way of thinking, your habit of thinking, into a positive habit, so that whenever you are not manually concentrating on thinking, your mind naturally flows toward that positive direction. So it's a really good tool to have a clear mind. If your mind is all messed up, all the information that comes from outside will be all messed up. If you take drugs, all the information that comes from the outside while you're under the effect of the drug is going to be altered. It's not going to be the same. It's the same way, man. It's the same way. We have to work in our mind. When I finished school, I was like 18, 19 when I graduated from school. My father went through the worst financial crisis that he had. He had money for nothing. We still had light and water, but we have no internet, no TV. We barely had food to eat. I just got out of school, so I didn't find a job. I thought, yeah, I will find a job really fast. I will start working. I will start investing in so many things and I will become a millionaire right away. Wrong, bullshit. I spent almost 3 months in my house waking up every day without nothing else to do. I read all the books that I had. I had like 4 different books. I read them all. When I finished the books that I had literally nothing to do. I didn't have the phone at the time. I didn't have the computer at the time. It was all messed up. And then one day I was in so deep of a depression because I thought, now that I finished school, it is my time. It's my time to win, right? No, it wasn't my time to win. It was my time to wait, to start forging that character to the fire. In those 3 months was the first time I ever attempted on my own life. I got to the kitchen, I got a knife. I just put the knife here, right in my wrist, on top of my wrist, and I was just moving it down and up, just thinking about taking my own life, right, man, because every single thing since I was born was always difficult, and now that I had the opportunity to work and finally start working towards my dream, no job, nothing. Man, it was hard, but I didn't do it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I wasn't able to complete it. I wasn't able to complete the task. So the next day I go to my friend's house because it was a weekend. So I decided to go to this friend's house so I can breathe some fresh air. When I get there, tell him, hey, can I use your phone? I get into YouTube. I don't know why. This random video of Buddha and meditation. And that's where it all started, man. I was in hell. I had literally nothing at my house. I would literally play with my food just to make time pass. When I was eating, I would play with my food just to make the time pass, because there was nothing else to do. So in that time, I wasn't also into self-improvement on all these things, and my knowledge regarding business was really bad, really scarce. But anyway, I find this video about meditation. That's the day my life changed. I heard the story of Buddha in that video, and that night when I came back home was the first night I ever meditated in my entire life. For the rest of the remaining month, where I had nothing in my house, I kept meditating. Each single day I will meditate. 5-10 minutes, it wasn't that much, but I will meditate. And with time, in that month, I started to regain hope. I started to create in my mind an image of a better future. And after the month, I get a call out of nowhere. One friend from school says that her mother is in the workplace of her mother. They are looking for sales promoters, and that's how I got my first interview. It wasn't because of my own efforts. All the places that I called or I sent my curriculum to didn't call me back. But this friend of mine helped me so much. I'm really grateful if you're watching this video. And I went to the interview. I nailed the interview and I got my first job as a sales promoter. But what I'm trying to tell you is that even when I was in hell, when I had nothing to look forward to, there was no internet, there was no TV, there were no books to read because I already finished them all. My phone wasn't working, I didn't have a computer, but meditation was able to change all of that into hope, And with time, the more I started to do it, the more I became conscious of all the things coming into my body, of all the things happening in my body. And now I have a safe distance between me and my emotions. I respect and value my emotions, but they have a purpose. They have a purpose, and they are not here to cluster my mind and to make every decision that I want to take harder. No, they are not here for that. They are here to help me communicate with the environment and to help me experience life in a more amplified way. So the more that I started to get this safe distance from my emotion, the more I was able to work on the things that I had to work, even if I didn't feel like it. And then you start to be able to transform the habit of thinking negatively into thinking positively. Because if you're one of those people that always thinks negativity, you have to start thinking positivity also. You need to search for that balance. The negative things you say to yourself are not always bad because they are helpful. They help you understand what problems you have to resolve. But you also have to think in the positive because the future is not entirely hell. So by meditating, I was able to change my habit of thinking only negatively. And even if I have information to tell to myself that is negative information, then my mind naturally, after a while, shift into hope, shift into what's the plan, what's the action that we have to take to change this into something positive. And these are things that you can acquire through meditation. So I'm not a master regarding meditation, so I will just tell you, go online and search for another video, how to start meditating. Start small, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I personally do Sazen meditation, so I focus on my breathing. I focus on letting go my thoughts. Whenever a thought arises in my mind, I don't fight against it, I just let it go and kindly come back to my breathing, to focusing on my breathing. Just to learn to let this go, man, because life is fast. So many things happen every moment. And if you're attached to those things, what do you think happens? We're moving forward, but you're attached here, so life moving forward, you're creating so much friction because you're here and life keeps moving. So we need to learn to unattach and to let go. So I do Sazen meditation personally. You can start however you want, but I deeply recommend you to work on your brain, on your mind, because everything happens in here. And the clearer this is, the clearer you will be able to analyze information from the outside, and the better you're going to feel. Peace is going to manifest. And as you know, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.